if your beauty was a dish, Botox is a little bit of salt in it, on the dish. What it does is that it tenderizes your muscle and relaxes it a little bit. So, are there different kinds of salts? Yes. So, what you have to understand is that who is the preparer of the dish of your beauty? Your beauty is a dish. And only those people can understand who know beauty. So if you're a follower of beauty, and if you are a practitioner of beauty, if you have some beauty and you want to stay connected with it, you would probably want to know some of these medications that are currently available to just extend the connection, your connection with your own beauty. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thanks for joining. And we are doing a full hour where I will be answering questions about one of the fastest acting anti-aging medication in the world. So if you're interested, stay along and we're gonna talk about it. For those of you who are joining me for the first ever time, this is Dr. Jen, and welcome to my hour. But guess what? Time is basically an illusion. It's a construct by humans so that you can regulate how long it has been before you met you. So time is just a construct. So we can measure how long you have existed. However, now, for the first time in human history, there are medical advancements that can help you bend time in your own favor. And Botox is one of those medications that was accidentally found. It was like all major medications, like revolutionizing medication. This one too was found just by an accident. Okay. So, any of you who is interested in finding out more about this medication, what are its potential side effects, what are its benefits, when is it contraindicated, where is it contraindicated, who should be giving you this medication, and how often you should be getting this medication. This is some of these questions I intend to answer hopefully today, hopefully within the hour, and hopefully I'll be able to help you understand it better. Because when you make a decision about any medication or inserting any medication into your system, you must take time to analyze why it is being recommended. And yes, it is one of the favorite products that the beauty and fashion industry uses. However, its impact goes way beyond just what you might think is superficial, If you think that Botox is used just for superficial vanity-related purposes, maybe you should go and look into this product a little more carefully. This is a longevity product. It's a medication that is supposed to keep your skin, which is the largest organ of your existence. Everything that you hold or that you know as you occurs under your skin. And your skin is not just the largest organ of your existence, it is also the most expensive. And it is also an organ that is related very intimately with your brain. Your brain cells and your skin cells arise from the same matrix of your existence when you were just one cell old. So your outermost layer turned half of itself into your brain and half of itself into your skin. So your brain sometimes evaluates your time by looking at the visible parts of your skin. And that's why certain medications that can eliminate the signs of your time from your skin, from the superficial parts of your skin. So Botox is one of the fastest acting medication that can remove signs of your aging. Remember, we're all aging, but sometimes through age, what ends up happening is that your body is not restoring itself. It doesn't like regenerate itself. When you're young, it's very good. It can recreate your reality once you go to sleep. But as you get older, or as you go through time and you start losing, that youthfulness in your blood, because remember, all the products and minerals and nutrients that your body and especially your skin needs, it is provided in your bloodstream. So as your blood gets old and it can't rejuvenate and regenerate itself, your skin also gets old. But Botox, what it does is that so one of the questions that I can see is that how does Botox work? So Botox is this medication that when we place it in certain parts of your skin, what it does is that it relaxes the muscle over there. And as the muscle is relaxed, it also relaxes just inadvertently the lymphatic flow, the blood flow, and just the inner padding of the skin that gets eroded when you move it so strongly, that gets relaxed, so your skin doesn't age in that area. And so now, can people become addicted to Botox? Very good question. So can people get addicted to Botox? Yes, it happens all the time. It's like any other medication. You can become addicted to it because it's like a salt, so many times people, and people have their own sense of fashion and sensibility. So if you're like a diva queen or something, you would want a poker face all the time. But there are people who are normal and they're like, listen, we want to have emotion. We want to be able to move our skin somewhat. So then we basically do use this medication at microdoses. It's always supposed to be microdosed. So in the realm of beauty, it's supposed to be microdosed. But yes, I mean, it is used for people who have migraine headaches and they have to like totally relax everything, and they use it in massive amounts. But listen, if you're using it for beauty, it's a microdose. Beauty is a microdose. What is your favorite brand of Botox? So wherever you are in the world, Botox is just a salt. It's a salt in the dish of your beauty. Please check out my clothes. So by Sunday, all right, check out my hair. So I just recently got a haircut. So now my hair is a little more manageable. Anyway, so the question that somebody just asked me is, what is my favorite Botox company? So I love American Botox, the original Botox. That was American, that's completely American. It's by Allergan. That company was bought by another company called AbbVie. So AbbVie owns the rights to Botox. That's the original recipe. That's the one I like. That's the one I use. That's for now. Have I used other products? So Botox is like salt in a dish. So so imagine if you add salt in, if your beauty was a dish, Botox is a little bit of salt in it, on the dish. What it does is that it tenderizes your muscle, and relaxes it a little bit. So are there different kinds of salts? Yes. So what you have to understand is that who is the preparer of the dish of your beauty. Your beauty is a dish. And only those people can understand who know beauty. So if you're a follower of beauty, and if you are a practitioner of beauty, if you have some beauty and you want to stay connected with it, you would probably want to know some of these medications that are currently available to just extend your connection with your own beauty. Your connection to your own beauty lasts very well when you're young. When you're like a little baby, or when you're like in your teens and your 20s and even in your 30s, you're still young, and your connection with your beauty can remain. It will just stay there for some time. However, as your body is a system that's carrying your consciousness, and your skin is the largest organ of your body, and especially your skin that is upon your face holds a lot of identifiers, how you identify as you and how others identify you and as you. So your skin of your face especially will hold the keys to your connection with versions of yourself that you regard as beautiful. Usually those versions appear when you're still in your teens, sometimes in your 20s. And a lot of you like those peak versions. Even sometimes, so I have met so many people in my line of work, and many of them, when they first experience peak versions of themselves, they are in the chaos of their 30s, 20s, or 30s, where they are battling career choices, with relationship choices, with having or not having children, or parenting issues. So there is so much chaos going on while they're going through this, that they don't truly appreciate the peak versions of their existence through time. So those peak versions that are occurring for the first time when you're in your 20s and 30s, they stay embedded in your memory. So future versions of yourself will continue to wanna reach those earlier versions. So those peak versions of self are now easily maintainable through your chaos. So one other question, so what do you use? Like, what is my favorite toxin to help you with it? Because it's like very fast, it's like the best. This medication will save you a ton of money on topical emollients that people sell you. In my office, I stopped selling topical emollients to people unless it was a sunscreen or it was some serum that can be combined, moisturizing serum that can be combined with the sunscreen. And maybe in one of our future sittings, I may be able to demonstrate to you exactly how these topical products work. However, so a good question that I always talk to my clients about is, if I only have, like, let's say $350, what anti-aging product will I buy? Where will I put this $350 for myself? I'm gonna go and put it into Botox. That's me. That's just personally me. And listen, I am also a doctor. I also have studied this product for like at least 15 years. And I've been not only doing it on myself, but I have been doing it on like hundreds and thousands of people who are interested in anti-aging their skin. And listen, anti-aging is a responsibility. So Botox, again, is an injectable medication. If somebody tells you that, oh, there is some Botox that you can apply on top of your skin and it brings you the results, they're most likely lying to you. It's most likely a scam because no such thing exists as of yet, to my knowledge. So today's topic is Viva la Botox. So Viva la Botox is like a sale that I have for Mother's Day. So I think Mother's Day is next week, and my clients always seek Mother's Day gifts and gift ideas. So this is my gift idea to all the mothers out there. If you've never experienced halting time for your skin as of yet, please go ahead and try. Give it a shot. It is going to feel so good. It is going to help you. I think it gives you a little agency over how quickly your body is disintegrating through time. And sometimes when you're a young mother, you are taking care of children. Yeah, you probably have young children, and life is hard. You probably have a job that's like sucking your blood and soul, and you're supposed to be adulting. Meanwhile, you're still a child if you're in your 20s and 30s. And if you have children, your body has actually gone through a major crisis, because as you know, if you're when you are pregnant as a female, when you become pregnant, your body goes through transformation. And when you birth another life, your body, it's like a car crash. If your body was a vessel that's carrying your consciousness, when you give birth, it is, even though it is the purpose of your existence to give birth to another soul, I mean, because you have the capacity, just because you have the capacity to do it. And if your system has the capacity to do it, you have to pass it forward into time. So as you pass it forward into time, when your body creates that new life, what it goes through itself is nothing less than a car accident. And it takes a lot of energy for your body to put itself back together. So women who snap back into shape right after pregnancy have to put a lot of effort into their bodies. And a lot of women I've seen, they just are not capable of putting that much effort. And it's just not just effort, it's also like the amount of support and money that you need to, help yourself is not easy for everyone. So a lot of women, while they're having these children and getting themselves back into shape, and then having another child and then getting themselves back in shape, they lose connection with their perception of self, and perception of self as beautiful. And in between your birthing, that is, or having other career advancements or whatever your life, when you feel that you have reached a peak, it is very good to then preserve that peak with some medical advancements that are now, I think, pretty safe. And a lot of people know how to do it, how to use these medications. So which are the people that you should trust to mess with your beauty is very important. And you have to find somebody who is very well versed in the use of these products. Not every doctor is able to get trained into these products, because it requires not only a lot of training, but it also requires a lot of financial investment in learning this, because you have to go buy a product, then you have to go find people whom you do it, because this is not something that your health insurance is going to cover. So these are beauty products. So who messes with your beauty is a very, very important decision that everybody has to make. So who is your beauty doctor is very important, because that person should not just be attached to just your skin. That person, because beauty is like the beauty of your skin, especially the visible aspects of your visible face. It's just the tip of the iceberg. The iceberg is made up of health and wellness aspects of life, and those aspects are, in my opinion, divided into do-it-yourself things and certain things you have to come to a health and wellness and longevity kind of doctor. So the do-it-yourself things are things like what you do at home. And I have like anti-aging tips that you can do by yourself, and then 9 things that you will, so the 9 anti-aging tips, 5 of them are do it yourself at home. You don't need no one else to help you there. And there are few things that you will have to come to see a specialist, a doctor, or a doctor who has trained in those aspects of maintenance of your health and wellness. And then as you keep your system healthy and well, that's when you can keep your beauty, or your beauty is just a perception in your brain. Everybody is beautiful for 2 days, but then you have to, those 2 days, how to extend it over time is, again, another industry in healthcare, and I am part of that industry. So one of the products that we use in that industry to keep you attached with versions of self that you find beautiful is Botox. And Botox is a medication that needs to be injected. It's not superficial. It is something that needs to be injected via a needle inside under your skin, right in the muscle. Now, Botox does not stay in your system. It's a toxin. So you have to be very careful who you go to. You have to find the right kind of toxin. So most likely it's best practice to go to a doctor, a medical doctor of your country. So if you're in the United States, so I am in New York. So I'm a doctor in New York. I'm a longevity doctor in New York. I work with beauty and fashion, but basically I am a retired geriatrician. So I used to be an old people doctor a long time ago. And then I just realized that people, when they age helplessly and they just let their system collapse, they never are happy. They're never happy. Anybody who says that please age naturally should go and visit a nursing home at least every day for at least a week and spend at least 2 hours there. And I want you to, in those 2 hours, every day speak to at least 10 to 15 people, different. And then I want you to let me know if any of those people who has let themselves age gracefully without any external assistance, any one of them has found happiness. Any of them has found any enlightenment. I don't know. No. Before they get to enlightenment, their brain, the light in their brain is out, because most of them develop either some kind of movement disorder or some neurological issue or dementia. So aging is not easy for the system. So when 12 to 14 years ago, I started working in the realm of longevity medicine, where people started protecting their system. So you have to find, wherever you are in the world, somebody who is like me. I am not the only doctor who does this. I know so many, like pretty much in every country and in every city, there are people like me who left what they were doing and who started proactively training in health and wellness. So health and wellness is a realm of its own. And longevity, so we're the good kind of doctors who actually help you keep your system healthy and alive for as long as you can. And for health and wellness also, there are certain advancements in science and technology that you could use for yourself. These medications And these energy devices are mostly FDA approved and cleared to be used by healthcare professionals. So you have to find a healthcare professional in whatever country or city that you reside in, and you make them your body shop. So just like your car, if you're a driver of a car, a vehicle, I'm sure like everybody in the world, most humans in the world now know how to drive something like a vehicle. So just know that just like your car has an auto body shop, your own body that carries your consciousness through time should have a body shop too. And the body shop that you should find for yourself should be able to give you health and wellness tips too. And not just be a body shop that's managing your diseases. I know that you're just like your car has hopefully a car insurance. Your car's insurance will cover only your accidents and your problems. It's not going to cover oil changes and denting, painting, and inner and outer cleaning. Similarly, your health insurance, if you're wherever you are, normally covers only your diseases and your sicknesses. It doesn't take care of your health and wellness and or beauty. Beauty is like a different realm altogether amongst all the other realms. So that's why it's very important for you to always have a place where somebody knows the art and science and medicine of art and science of this medicine. So this medicine can be used for diseases and disease management. For example, Botox is a great relief for people who suffer from migraines. However, Botox is also a longevity medicine in microdoses, because basically it is going to keep you wherever you are. So the earlier you start it, the better it is. So wherever you are, like your beauty person should be able to look at you and say, okay, I think you're peaking here. This is great. This is like how much you're going to grow. And if you're 16 and thinking of it, no, you haven't peaked. Don't do it at 16. Don't do it at 20. Don't do it when you're when aging has started. Sometimes aging starts prematurely on some people only because they've just gone through so much stress. And if they were able to take the time out to relax a little bit, their body will repair itself. However, for some people, it's just not possible. And at that point, you can give a tiny bit of this medication just to stop the quick oxidation and disintegration of your own bodies of your own face. So yeah, prejuvenation is important. Now, if you've had by the time you're 25 and you've had 2 children and 3 children and your skin has expanded and contracted and expanded and contracted and expanded and contracted, or if you're somebody who has gained weight and lost weight and gained weight and lost weight for whatever reason, whether it is a hormonal imbalance or if it is like some other imbalance in your system, you do not have to wait until you're 40 to start taking care of yourself. You gotta go and find somebody and halt time for yourself. And usually the problem around that time is that your parents are done with you because they're like, dude, you're an adult now. And meanwhile, most of young girls at that point are not able to even afford some of these medications, let alone find a provider. So find a provider or afford. It's both. However, if you're somebody who has the capacity or has the support to be able to do this for yourself, this is a great medication, but it has to be exercised with caution. It has to be, it has to fit your own budget wherever you are in the world. And the ones I like in New York are these. Now, there are other Botoxes also. For example, Xeomin, for example, Dysport, for example, Jeuveau. So all of those medications are are great. I've used all of them on myself and on others over the past 12 to 14 years, whatever you can afford. Listen, if the taste of the dish was the dish of your beauty needs this little bit of salt. However, beauty is a dish. The chef has to be good at creating that dish. Too much of this salt is not going to make you more beautiful, and what kind of salt is going to give you the same result is the way they prepare it. So it's the preparation, it's not the box, it's not the salt, it's how it is used, and it is how it is prepared to be used in the realm of your existence and your beauty. So these are the glasses. Let me just get on this subject a little bit, because a lot of my clients come to me. One of the problem areas in the beauty of your face is your eyes and your under eye area. So your under eye area can sometimes show how tired and how your age. Sometimes your tiredness, your fatigue, and your aging appears here, right around your eye. Listen, your eyes are very important structures. Your eyes are parts of your brain that are situated outside. So this is your brain staring into the world. So what ends up happening is that sometimes aging appears very rapidly around this area. This is how Botox was actually originally found too. What they found was that by using this medication, by injecting, the skin started appearing younger because there were no more wrinkles, because the muscle just relaxed and smoothed out a bit, because this medication, it knocks out the acetylcholine receptors that scrunch the muscle. So as it knocks out those receptors, the muscle cannot scrunch it that much. So when the ophthalmologists noticed the anti-aging impact, that's when it originally started getting used as an off-label use. Beauty became an off-label use of Botox, just to rejuvenate the skin in that area. So the people say, how come relaxing the muscle rejuvenates skin? Because sometimes the scrunch that you are experiencing, you're creating in your skin just as you go through life, and as you go through your own or external or internal emotions, what ends up happening is that it also disrupts the lymphatics and the inner padding of the skin and the blood flow of blood supply to the skin. So as the muscle is relaxed, the skin just is able to regenerate and rejuvenate itself faster. So you can experience very quick anti-aging impact into the area wherever the Botox is injected. So usually people ask me, how, is it instantaneous? No, it's not. So when you come to me, we basically inject the toxin in various spots of your muscles, which we think should relax a little bit, so that you appear, as if you are, connecting yourself to an earlier version of yourself. That's how I like to put it. So as we do it, that particular day, you're not going to receive any benefits. So the Botox takes 4 to 5 days to knock out the receptors around the area wherever it has been injected, and within 4 to 5 days, it's out of your system. It's gone. It's gonzo. It's sharpshooting those acetylcholine receptors, and it's out of your system. That's why it is one of those medications that can be used even if you're planning to be pregnant, because you can do this while you're having your period. And by the time you're finished with your period and your ovary has started preparing the new egg for fertilization, you can actually go in and do a toxin treatment. So because it does its job and it's out of your system, and then you see the benefits of that receptor knockout for the next 2 months to 2.5 months. Now what ends up happening is that, why does all those wrinkles come back? Usually within 2 months all your wrinkles will come back. Why does that happen? Is because your body knows how to recreate itself. So all those receptors that were damaged, the body goes and restores those receptors. It takes it sometimes 2 months, sometimes 2.5 months. If you're like very young and you're like very fast, it's like your system is working very well, it can replace those receptors faster, and then your muscle will start experiencing that movement again, and then it will be time for you to go and get those muscles knocked out again. Got it? I hope that makes it clear. So again, this is a medication that can last in your system for 2 to 3 months. So if something like this, you have to, like, when you spend the money, just know that it is better than any topical emollient that anybody can ever recommend to you. It is better than that, and is gonna be totally worth the money that you spend on it. So again, let me go back to why these glasses are my favorite, and why I'm recommending it to all those ladies who have had me repair their under eye dark circles. When you wear those big ass glasses right here that sit on your tear trough. So what is a tear trough? A tear trough is where your tear falls. So this is the area where people sometimes lose their collagen, which reveals their age. So I like women who are wearing glasses to wear something like this, which does not sit on your, as you can see, it doesn't sit on my face. It also does not constrict my nasal bridge. So it's like very gentle over there. Plus it also doesn't F my ears, over here. Like, women also worry that, this thing is going to just get, the ears get so sensitive up here because of holding the weight of the handle. And because it's like a necklace, I don't lose my glasses anymore. So this is just my new favorite necklace. Where did you get your glasses? You like my glasses. I got it off of Amazon. Don't worry, this is not on. I should start a store and put this on it. It's from Amazon though. I don't know where they're made, but I have them in red, in green, in white. I'm waiting for it to come in pink. Really good. Is it true that Botox can help improve hyperhidrosis? Great question. Yes, so hyperhidrosis, for those of you who don't know what that is like excessive sweating. So yes, Botox is also used for, like, just like I mentioned, one of the problems that Botox is medicinally used, like migraine headaches, it's used in very high doses. Hyperhidrosis is excessive sweating. So sometimes there are some people who have a lot of sweat glands in their skin, and they just it's just genetic, they just sweat a lot. And sometimes during summertime it can be like a pain in the neck because they could be working and suddenly, like, why are you sweating? Are you like, it's hard for them to change out of clothes all the time. And sometimes they have sweaty palms, and that also is part of hyperhidrosis. It can be, sweating can be anywhere or just general, and that is something that a lot of people also use Botox for. So you have to again go find a doctor who can inject Botox. And hyperhidrosis should be many insurances cover migraine Botox and as well as hyperhidrosis Botox. And for sure, if your doctor knows how to inject Botox, they will fight for you, because Botox is one of the best things. And for hyperhidrosis, the doses are again very high, but it also lasts for 6 months and sometimes even more. So And people who use Botox for hyperhidrosis, they love it. They love it. They say it's one of the best. Does Botox impact your enlightenment? If your enlightenment is represented by a frown line that looks like a pi symbol on your forehead, if you think that without that symbol people will not know that you're enlightened, then maybe for you, you don't need to use Botox. However, if your Botox, by removing that pi symbol in between your forehead, that if that is not important for you, then Botox is an important medication. It is going to remove that symbol. It's not going to remove your enlightenment. So if I was never enlightened, then it's not going to create it in me, and it's not going to remove it from me. Botox is basically just an anti-aging medication. It has nothing to do with your wisdom or with your appearance of wisdom. Once you create it, basically what it represents, what your wrinkles represent, is not your level of wisdom or even your IQ. Your wrinkles just represent how long you've existed and how stressful life has been. That's it. And how much access you have to skincare, or how much awareness was created in you about skincare when you were little by your mother. How do you help patients decide if Botox is right for them? Botox or Brotox, like guys use it too. Guys love it. I don't know even one single guy who has used it and who hasn't liked it. I mean, yes, they sometimes are scared of needles and they're like, oh God, but once it's inside them, what it does for them, it makes them want to do it. Because remember, regardless of whether you use or not, in 1 year, your skin will age for 12 months. So if in those 12 months you used Botox in certain visible parts of your face for, like, let's say 3 months, it has stopped that year, you will age only 9 months. Because 3 to 4 months you've stopped the aging just by using that Botox product. If you used Botox, like, let's say twice a year, then in 1 year, when you were supposed to age for 12 months, now you're going to only age 6 months. Because for 6 months, you stopped the aging of your skin by injecting Botox. That's all that it does. It stops the aging for certain whatever. So it's not, so people who should use it for anti-aging purposes is usually very microdose. Your skin age, it's like for anti-aging and longevity purposes, when you use Botox, it basically is represented by your skin's, not your chronological age, but your skin age. All right? And that's how I help my people understand. And even this particular live is for basically people who are my people, for whom I do skin tailoring. But in the process of creating this message, if this message meets you, then, and you understand it for the first time through me, then it means that I did my job and I have reached somebody who may never be able to meet me. Because I'm in New York, I have no idea where all you guys are from. But if you understand the message, the reasoning behind this medication, why you must consider it seriously and not just judge people who do it badly or do it, you learn from other people's mistakes. It's like a new medication. It's a 21st century medication. Okay, guys, I love you, and I have to go to our next lecture, which is on Zoom. And if you are part of my academy, that is where I also speak. So please, if you're interested, please leave a comment on any of my videos, and then somebody is going to reach out to you and get you onto our lectures and subscribe. Take care.